My name's Owen McKee, and I own and operate McKee Coins. I've been there since about 1980, so that's 31 years now. I've decided to go ahead and do a short series of stories based on my experiences over life, and to record them to YouTube and possibly Facebook, so the rest of you could enjoy these stories. My first story is about, it's called Cleaning Your Iowas. And it's a story about a woman that called me up years ago, probably 20 years ago now. At the time, I was going out to Long Beach, California, and setting up the show out there, and at the convention center, and selling Iowa commemorative halves quite often. I would purchase those Iowa commemorative halves back here in Iowa for around $100 at that time, and sell them for around $300 out there, sometimes as much as $500. Today you can buy those same Iowa halves here in Iowa for about $75 a piece. But at the time there was a pretty good promotion on them. If they graded really nice and they'd never been messed with, it was easy to get anywhere from $300 to $500 out of them. So I placed an ad in the local paper, and the ad stated something about paying $100 for brilliant uncirculated Iowa commemorative halves that hadn't been messed with. And sure enough, I got a telephone call from a gal on the telephone. She told me, she says, I went down and bought off the commission, and when they offered them, 3 Iowa commemorative halves. And I bought them brand new. I wrapped them in tissue. I've had them in my drawer at the house ever since 1946 when they issued those. And I said, well, great. I said, you're sure they've never been cleaned or anything, never been messed with? And she said, no, they've never been cleaned, never been messed with, and I'll be bringing them in as long as you're paying the $100 that you say you are. And I said, well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'll pay the $100. Go ahead and bring them down. And the whole day went by, and she hadn't showed up or anything. And finally, about 3:30 in the afternoon, she showed up. And she brought these 2 Iowa commemorative halves in, and she laid them on the counter. And she said, I brought my Iowas in. She says, I decided to collect my $100 a piece for them, and I'd like my $200 right now. And I looked at the Iowa commemorative halves, and sure as heck, they'd been cleaned. I mean, they had been really cleaned, really harshly. And I told the lady, I said, those Iowas have been cleaned. You told me on the telephone that they'd never been cleaned. I can't pay $100 for these. I said, you told me they'd never been cleaned. And she says, well, they haven't been cleaned. What do you mean they've been cleaned? And I said, yes, they have been cleaned. And she says, well, they have not. I put them back from the very first day when the commission was selling them. I put them back, and they've been back there ever since. And I said, lady, I said, I've been in this business for about 10 years now. And I said, I was doing part-time even a long time before that. And I said, I can tell you, these Iowa commemorative halves have been cleaned. And not only have they been cleaned, but I can probably tell you what they've been cleaned with. And she says, well, what? And I said, probably with borax. She says, well, well, what are you paying for them? And I said, well, you know, in that condition, they're just not worth a whole lot of money. I was thinking, well, maybe they're worth $50. And I thought, well, you know, $25 would be a good offer. So I offered her $25 a piece for them. And she says, well, if you're going to be that way, I'll go ahead and take the money. So she took the $50 for the 2 Iowa commemorative halves. But I got to thinking, you know, when she called me, she told me she had 3 Iowa commemorative halves. And now I have sitting in front of me 2 Iowa commemorative halves. If she really had 3 of them, I'd probably, you know, I could make an extra $25 on that 3rd one if she had it. So I wonder why she was holding out on me. And I said to her, I said, you know, I thought when you called me on the telephone that you said you had 2 Iowa commemorative halves, or 3 Iowa commemorative halves. And she says, well, yeah, I did have. But when I was cleaning them, I dropped one of them down the garbage disposal. If I ever find it, I'll bring it in also. Never been cleaned. When I was cleaning it, I dropped it down the garbage disposal. Well, if there's a lesson to be learned from this, it is don't clean your coins before you bring them in to sell them to a dealer. You won't get top price by cleaning them. Most dealers would rather have a coin that had a little toning on it than a coin that's been cleaned. And that's the end of this story for tonight. Thank you for listening to me. Bye.